patch before M Series. But like I said, the link just throws it all out the window.
Yeah, I mean, we actually didn't even thought about the link until it came out. And we were like,
We did talk about it like 2 days, 3 days
yeah,
ago.
2-3 days ago, right? And when we saw the link, we were like, well, now this game is done. Let's take a look at the draft for game number 2. You know, both teams switching side. Tiger Wong Esports now on that blue. Aero 404 have a better chance, right? You get that final pick, that final gotcha pick. That was what Tiger Wong Esports did in game number 1. See how the bans is going to pan out. 1-1 banned out, being taken out. Aero 404, they first banned Diggy in previous game, but right now I guess it's time to look at bans like Glue and Kaja, you know, more practical ones.
Like, I think the idea of the Diggy setup was pretty much for them to actually ban a setup for the Atlas pickup, right? Like, Tiger Wong Esports kind of denied it, and oftentimes people don't really pick the Atlas, but Tiger Wong Esports was able to identify that situation and actually ban off the Atlas in the second phase of the ban. So that kind of puts them in a very awkward situation, because if they had the Atlas in that scenario, things would be a little bit better, because they can actually chain their combo and maybe even dive the back lines, which obviously a Minotaur could not provide. But in this case, they have to respect the Glue, they have to respect the Kaja as well. These were two very, very annoying heroes that can actually isolate your fights. And in this case, you could, I think ever since the first engagement in the first turtle, we saw the Glue and the Kaja kind of just limited the Minotaur's option to actually contest the turtle, right? And because of that, it was just free turtle contest from the link, and just snowballing and snowballing and snowballing. And it's about time to play something standard as well. So Aero 4-4, they ban off the Glue, they've got to ban the Kaja this time. Yeah, it's either that or the Fanny.
They've already banned the Joy, right? So I think Kaja wouldn't hurt too much. And also there's the Fanny. I think that would be a bit of an issue as well. I wonder if Tiger Wong Esports would first pick the Kaja if it doesn't get banned. But
yeah, most likely it will.
Yeah, it's just a possibility at this point. But obviously Tiger Wong Esports, they have the liberty to kind of have that third ban first. Obviously, there's so much options for them to kind of pick from. Farm is getting banned out. This time, Aero 4-4, it's time to pick a poison. It has to be a Fanny, right? I think that takes precedence over any other heroes.
Yeah, I think the Faramis is okay, but just because of how the Shadow Stampede kind of integrates with the Fanny, right? The moment the Fanny comes in, the Shadow Stampede has an animation to kind of buy you a little more time, pull you back in an awkward situation. Heroes like Marat, heroes like Fanny, in particular Ling as well, can be actually caught off from a awkward range. It's difficult to execute, but they just don't want to take risks. I get it, but this option opens up a lot of hero pools for Aero 4-4, right? Do we let the Fanny slide? Do we let the Kaja slide? Or do we let the Valentine slide? But you know what? Even better. Because they are on the second pick, pick whatever, we will take 2 for them taking. In this case, they take off the Edith, but they will allow the Kaja to slide. So Tiger Wong, they're okay with this, but Aero 4-4, they have no choice but to pick the Valentina, something that helps them in the upper edge to actually benefit from Divine Judgment. But the second pick here, do they want to pick that Fanny? Because if they do that now, Tiger Wong can also opt to go for a Kufra, which oftentimes we do see some games Kaja being played at XP.
It's kind of a lose-lose situation, right? It's like trying to take the pill, the red pill, blue pill for Aero 4-4. I mean, if they don't pick the Fanny, Tiger Wong Esports can snatch it. If they pick the Fanny, that's like you said.
But the question here is, we assume that Tiger Wong Esports plays Fanny. That's if it was.
That's if they play Fanny, right? But I think regardless, right, they already have an answer. Now it's more like adding on more ways to stop a potential Fanny pick. They're not too worried. I mean, the Kaja denies so much. So Yizhong, Broly going through Aero 4-4. I think it's a smart choice as well. You don't want to reveal that Fanny if ever. Like, you can even let it go to the second phase and get banned out. It stops being a priority when the first pick from Tiger Wong Esports is a pick that basically shuts you down in fights.
Yeah, I think this is a situation where, because they are expecting Tiger Wong Esports to lean on the Farsa a little bit more with the Divine Judgment, the moment you set up Divine Judgment, it's pretty much free Feather Airstrike, drop bombs all the way through. So I guess picking the Yuzhong from Aero 4-4 kind of integrates that, it kind of intercepts, well, you pretty much can't contest it, but this also opens up for Tiger Wong to pick a, like I said, a Fanny, potential carry, and also a Valentina, which I think should have been the priority for Aero 4-4. To just kind of allow them to do anything. Because if you think about it, Valentina now doesn't necessarily have the greatest spell to do, but the Black Dragon on Valentina isn't necessarily bad as well.
Yeah, I mean, if they take the Valentina, they can at least still have a stolen Divine Judgment or something, right? But I feel like Tiger Wong Esports basically have gotten it mapped out. Even with that first opening pick, it really puts Aero 4-4 in a sticky situation. And it really feels bad if you're on red side and somehow your reactive picks is doesn't matter too much, still gets counted just because of that ban phase as well. Arrow 4-4, they still have 3 more picks, that's for sure, but now it's like, who do you want to put in the jungle to get things going? Martis,
I love
the
it.
worst, you know, you can't intercept the Fanny, it's hard to catch you with a Divine Judgment, but he has a lot of work to do.
I think in this case, you know, considering how Arrow 4-4 is playing this draft right now, I like it a little bit more compared to game 1, right? You have this Martis, arguably he's one of the strongest junglers, right? Like against an assassin style hero such as Fanny can't necessarily punish your Martis because once the Ashura comes in, every single time Fanny comes in your face, the Fanny is gonna risk being disrupted, being challenged, and also being executed to a certain degree. So this puts Arrow 4-4 in a much more comfortable position compared to Tiger Wong. However, things can be a little bit different. Divine Judgment setup into Valentina can still one-shot player, so most likely Tiger Wong Esports might lean on towards a magical composition rather than maybe a physical one. But most importantly, they might lean on the carry a little bit more to deal with the Yuzhong later on. Maybe, just maybe.
There's definitely a lot of, I think, some extra pressure on the Martis as well, right? You really need to have a decent early phase, and you kind of have to be that front line. You need to stop this Fanny and also not get dragged back by the Kaja. I think that would really disrupt this battlefront. That is without the Roma in play just yet. Tiger Wong Esports banning up the Hilda just in case Arrow 4-4 goes for a roaming Hilda and kind of ruins the Fanny's early game. So the base is basically covered. Arrow 4-4 still has that Franco option, you know, to kind of offset
Very
what they
possible.
don't have for the Roma. I think maybe Tiger Wong Esports would consider that Franco ban.
Yeah, I think going for the Franco ban isn't too bad, but them banning the Beatrix is something that I don't really like, but at the same time, it's okay, right? Considering that if you put a Beatrix versus Brody matchup, Beatrix stands a little bit of better chance. However, Clint is okay as well. It's not exactly that bad. So I feel like because they ban off the Esmeralda, it kind of shows them that they're pretty obvious on how they want to play around. They might think about going for a Lolita pickup, which oftentimes might be the case. Forcing maybe Tiger Wong to pick it up themselves, which I don't think is going to be the case. Kufra being banned means that there is still a potential Arkai pickup from Arrow 4-4, which is pretty much forced to play a Roma role just to deal with this Fanny. But there's also, like you said as well, a Franco, pretty good. Tiger Wong, however, I think like the biggest problem for Tiger Wong right now is that do they want to double down on magical damage? And in this case, Arrow 4-4, they go for a Gushin jungle.
Okay, I mean, there's still
well, technically, if you hit your daggers on Fanny, there's no way Fanny gets out of the combo from Gushin, but
there's decent flex potential, I guess, right? Well, actually, there's not much. Well, now that the Martin's dead, this could be a Gushin mid.
This is a Gushin mid.
It's a Gushin mid, yeah. So they're leaving the roam for last.
What am I watching here? What is
I
going
guess
on?
if you are Arrow 4-4, you want to see the last 2 picks before you pick the Roman. Though I think that, you know, those staples, safer picks, the Franco is never really out of the question. But reviewing this Gushin actually gives Tiger Wong Esports so much info. Now they can kind of draft around to counter this Gushin. The Grog and the Moskov comes through. Now we have a big problem.
Yeah, the wall charge coming in is just going to completely one-shot the Gushin, potentially. Most likely that's going to be the case as well. The wall charge in towards wall block, in towards a stun coming from Moscow. That's pretty much deadlock all the way through for anyone who gets picked off all by themselves. So in this case, they've got a pretty nice pick-off composition from Tiger Wong, which is pretty much the initial idea of playing around the Kaja, right? But for Arrow 4-4, they've got a pretty solid wombo combo. But my biggest problem is how do they stop this Fanny? Because the moment they pick this Gushin, pretty much deadlocks to the fact that the moment the Gushin dives in, it's going to be a dead Gushin regardless.
Yeah.
If you don't kill the Fanny in one shot, you are going to be expecting the Kaja one-shotting you. You're going to be expecting the Grok diving at you with a wall charge. And on top of it all,
there it is. There it is.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Why am I not surprised? They, like, instead of the Kadita, they went for the Gushin Johnson. We've seen this before. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay.
Honestly, instead of you know, we have Yamikaze.
Let's go.
We have Yamikaze on the Johnson, and just to kind of echo your statement about Gushin, you know, with Yamikaze, we have Kamikaze Gushin now. It's all about you go in, you blow someone up, and then you give your life away. it's for the team, you know, for the nation of Aero 404. This is what it has come down to. Back to basics. Johnson Gushen, you'll love to see it. Game 2 between these two squads. Obviously, Tiger Wong Esports have shown that they look to be just so much better than Aero 404.
Is this round 2 for our Valentine's date with Johnson in our car in our memes?
Possibly.
I think it's round 2.
I mean, if they can drive it home, I would be extra happy because we get game 3. But it comes out of this. I guess whatever makes them feel comfortable, makes them feel more confident. Gushen Johnson is the final hurrah, the trump card of Aero 404, the Cambodian special.
Yep, back to basics, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the land of dawn, because this is going to be game 2 as we head straight into the game. As of yet, as you can see, the Moskov already making sure that the Fanny is going to secure his purple buff. In this case, Aero 404 not contesting it as well as Tiger Wong on the blue side, whereas Aero 404 on the red side is having a little bit of a weird interaction, considering that Aero 404 actually opted to start off with the orange buff first. And are we going to see a contest? I don't think so. It seems like Tiger Wong, the Fanny, doesn't want to do it at all.
Yeah, I think if you are Tiger Wong Esports, you're like, you know what? If no one is threatening our Fanny, then just let her do her job, right? She's gonna come online slightly quicker than the Martis. She's gonna be able to move faster than the Martis across the map. We just need someone like Dali Dudedo to keep Lord Ricky occupied. I don't think he stole that camp. You can't really control the Martis, but as long as this Fanny gets an even start, you are happy.
Yeah, Kaja can't exactly bully out the Martis, and it's not the end of the world. But one I really like is that they actually opt to have Rexley on this rock as an XP lane, right? So the moment we see Rexley hit those level 8 marks where he gets like 1 or 2 item progression, this Weapon Master is going to do a lot of damage with this rock pickup. So that's going to be something that Aero 404 needs to take account into consideration. But as soon as I say it, here comes a Fanny. Yamakaze gets a huge petrify, but he might actually die to his last auto attack. Unfortunately, that is going to be Rinzu forcing a flicker, and he's going to be able to get out. And guess what? The stolen blades coming in from Gushen, he's going to be able to zip out as well. That's going to be additional utilities for him to be even more harder to catch off.
It's one of my honestly, Gushen Ultimate is one of my favorite ultimate names to say. Incandescence. So nice to pronounce.
It sounds like Evanescence, but at the same time, alright.
Yeah, it's there's the second one is Turtle's Poissons.
Well, in this case, is he gonna kamikaze his voice where he screams like a really loud girl? But as soon as I say it, Black Dragon comes in. He is gonna go for the backlines, try and zone out Tiger Wong Esports. So that's gonna be a secure turtle in the favor of Aero 404. Tiger Wong realized it's just not worth it. We know and that's pretty much the downside of Fanny, right? The moment the turtle spawns, there is a 10 to 15 second window where you will have the upper hand, knowing that Fanny will not be around because of the fact that Fanny does not have the purple buff unless it is delayed. However, speaking of delayed, bottom side, they get a nice pickoff coming from Aero 404 taking out Rixley.
Yeah, they went onto the Johnson pain train out of vision and just drive one round to get the crash. But the top lane is going to get threatened. Oh, the flicker for Secret just 1 second too late, and he might give up his life as a cause of this. Yes, he does. The response, the reaction, just a bit too slow. It's an easy pick off for Tiger Wong Esports on the top lane.
Yep, and Yamikaze now rotating his way through. He's got his, it's interesting enough, he's got his rapid touchdown, but he's not using it yet. So it's interesting that Aero 404 is playing a little bit textbook with this Johnson. But as soon as I say it, there it goes. It is going to be driving through. He's setting up for a couple of ambushes. Well, Tiger Wong playing a little bit safe. They don't want to take the risk. They want to know where exactly this Johnson is for now before Gugun actually shows himself. Corrosion side purchase up on Saffril means that he is going to play a little bit more safety towards his laning phase. You can even see on the minimap as well, it's so far back behind. Doesn't even want to stay anywhere close to the back lanes, but bottom lane, they go in for the push as well. Nasu getting caught out. Black Dragon will get him out to safety. The wall blocks are here, but guess what? They found Dadi-Doo-Dee-Doo on the top side. That's going to be Aero 404 getting a pick off.
Very, very important that this happens as frequently as possible, because the Gushen is going to be behind this Valentina as this game progresses. We went through this yesterday where the longer you stay on that truck, the less experience you get. You are basically losing out if you don't get kills out of this. You need value. Lord Ricky going for the invade, able to go over the wall, but Fanny comes through. Gugun instantly stunned by Yamikaze as this Johnson puts his body in front. They want to at least get this Johnson out of the way. Can't get the Divine Judgment, not in range, but they stole the rapid touchdown
Immediately sets up, goes for the crash. Lord Ricky gets connected as well. Divine Judge comes in and they get the pick off. However, Arrow 404 is quick to respond with the Black Dragon. They're all stuck. They need to get out. Rexley will be bit off by the shards coming in from the Yuzhong, and Arrow 404 takes a very, very quick fight as well. Very desperate attempt with the rapid touch from Tiger Wong, but unfortunately didn't work out in their favor.
You know what I want to see? I want to see both rapid touch now run into each other.
Unfortunately to say, there is a limit for Valentina. You can't drive forever, which is very, very unfortunate.
Which is sad. But I want to see that happen, if possible.
Yeah, true.
And also Arrow 404 winning the game.
Okay, fair enough.
Interesting interaction. Definitely something creative from Tiger Wong Esports. Try to at least get Guggen out of that mid lane. They will do so. Kaja doesn't have that Divine Judgment, so Nasu comfortably walks in. But now they're contesting for the second turtle.
Yep, Yamikaze on the road as well, looking for a road kill. Dada Dudu needs to be a little bit careful. They dodged the first engagement, but he's down towards half health, so it's not worth it. But Zoro down towards half HP as well. They can look to contest it, but Gungun doesn't have the purple buff. It's just not worth risking it for now. So they're playing it safe. They respect the Johnson as Tiger Wong is slowly farming their way through. But eventually, they are waiting for the timings for this Grok to come online. And once this happens, things are not going to look good. However, great wall charges engagement to stop the truck. And that's going to be a clutch coming from Rexy. However, here comes a stolen rapid touchdown. And no, it's not a re-engage. Ritz seems to be knowing how to use it as well. Here's a taste of your own medicine, but no, it expires at the last moment. They cancel it. They go for the Divine Judgment. They take him out, and now they collapse on him with Arrow 404. The Yuzhong is there with the Petrify, but Tiger Wall, they don't have the numbers. But however, as I say that, they do have enough damage, and they are going to be able to trade 2 for 1.
Expired, no problem, right on top of the target for the Divine Judgment anyways. And middle tier 1 taken down by Saffro. For Secret would trade the top one, but I'm not really sure if he wants to stay around though. Tiger Wong Esports, they have numbers. Saffro is waiting in the brush. Yeah, we have Mikaze on the roam. Keeping For Secret safe. A lot of value is lost though. Cloven is still stuck at level 7 because of that.
Yep, Yamikaze, however, is all by himself. So Cloven not taking the road this time. And this time, here comes a stop coming in, and I'm not exactly what's going on. Riz is taking a bit too much damage. He's going to die for it as well. Trying to catch him off guard. No engagement coming from Tiger Wong, but there's going to be 5 men down here. It's all caught on 5 men coming in. Rexley looking for the punisher. He's got the damage, but here comes Cypher as well. Great wall block to disengage and isolate Cloven. They were able to get a trade off with 1. Guggen finally shows himself. He is going to be going for the wraparound, but the damage from For Secret, a little bit too much for him to handle as he will back out.
A very dangerous spot for Arrow 404 to be in. They were all, half health. This Fanny could have gotten a lot more. Thankfully, Lorigi was able to secure the top jungle. They will have to give up this tier 1, unfortunately. And Rexy just making sure that happens. Saffron will get an easy demolition job done.
Yeah, look at him. Rexy just making sure that as a Grok player, you need to take advantage of your passive immune as well as your war charge, as well as wall blocks to stop Johnson. And this is something that is great in dealing with it as well. But Yamikaze now, Guggen will be backing out a little bit. To actually set up for a turtle fight. In this case, Arrow 404 once again will be dominating the map control for that as they try to figure out what they need to do. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they do get a crash on Guggen down bottom. That's going to be a one-shot Fanny. Goodbye. Hasta la vista. Easy turtle for Arrow 404. And now Tiger Wong has no chance to go for collapse, but the wall charge connects on 3. Arrow 404, they're done. They lose all. They lose 3. No hope for the turtle. And they might go for more. Tiger Wong Esports finally finds the way to stop the police. And that is going to be 4 down for Arrow 404.
Yeah, that is a good deal if I've ever seen one. They lose Fanny, but for Arrow 404, you did all that at what cost? The cushion very far behind. They still lose the turtle, and they lost 4 members in the process. Cloven needs to catch up. Yamikaze can't pull the same trick off ever again. Check out this replay. They get the Fanny off. They thought they have control of the turtle, but no, this wall charge just... This is a strikeout on that lane, on that river. Complete destruction.
4 men down, literally. Error 404 not found in that situation here. A little bit unfortunate in that circumstances, but this is what I'm talking about, right? The beauty of the Weapon Master Grok. Once he hits those level 8 timings with 2 item progression, the wall charge just does so much damage. And Arrow 4 just could not sustain that at all, which is kind of unfortunate because if you have a healing composition, it's fine, but as we get Lord Ricky, he's going to get pulled back. Even with Ashura, it's going to keep him a little bit alive, so he's going to be okay for now. But Tiger Wong, they expended a big battle spell as well. And as of yet, do they want to continue to fight? But seems like here comes the roadkill. Does he connect Cypher? He dodges at the last moment. He's going to be okay, but the Black Dragon is going to be able to interject. He goes in for Petrify. They take down the Moskov, and so will the sides as Gugun will pick off the straggler, and that's going to be Cloven. So it's 1-for-1. The marksman is down. There's a little bit of hope, but Rince is still there to say hello. Natsu taking a little bit too much damage, and he's going to die as well. Tiger Wong will get a 2-for-1.
It's a good trade for Tiger Wong Esports. Rexy, even with that, builds that wall, blocks everyone in. Here comes the Valentina, the re-engage, they missed it, they hit the wall. Now they gotta get out. Rinzi, he's still in the fight for Secret, survives that one. Free kill delivered for Arrow 404. And Gugun can't do too much in that situation. Arrow 404 able to stay alive in that fight.
Well, that's the beauty of the Ashura, right? You get immune. As long as you don't get stunned in place, Tiger Wong is not going to be able to chain CC their way through. So there are pros and cons, but at the same time, Tiger Wong is having the biggest fun of their life. Meanwhile, let's take a look at items real quick here on how things are progressing so far. You can see Riesling getting the Blade of Heptasis as well as the Blade of Despair. I was expecting the Malefic Roar, but I guess, you know, because it's Weapon Master, it does amplify the overall attack damage rather than having the more penetration, right? There are a lot of situations where Malefic Roar is better than the Blade of Despair, but because with the Weapon Master, Blade of Despair gives a little bit more damage compared to the Malefic Roar.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about, you know, penetration if you kill them in one shot. This is a game of one shots, almost. It's either you get hit by a rapid touchdown and you expire, or you get hit by the Grok. And well, they saw that Johnson going around. I just want to point out that Gugun is level 14. he's toying around. He's having fun.
Yeah, there's only so much a Fanny can do at this stage, considering that the idea of having the Fanny is a snowball early stage game, but Arrow 404 mirrors it because of the fact that they have a Johnson that kind of stops the Fanny from doing that. So the only fallback strategy coming from Tiger Wong is they have the Fanny go for split push special, and then have the Croc do his job. And look at this, wall shot connects until it's huge, but the instant re-engagement with the Black Dragon with Petrify 3-man as well, and it's gonna be huge. Arrow 404 will try and turn the tides, but they do trade a one more as well. But finally, when all the dust settles, this is where the Gugun comes in. He's gonna try and finish him off. He only gets one before he loses his life, but most importantly, Safril still survives, so that's gonna be 3 for 3 from both sides.
All things considered, not too bad for Arrow 404. The Wild Charge canceled that rapid touchdown, but they got a great 3-man Petrify with that Black Dragon, thanks to Natsu showing up. Look at this replay. Yamikaze crashes into Rexy. Cloven forced to get away, but this Black Dragon shows up, touches base, gets the 3-man Petrify, allowing Cloven to at least get a double kill before this fight concludes. So Arrow 404 finds a lifeline, but now they need to find a way to control this Lord.
Oh, this is tough. This is very, very tough indeed, because as of yet, Tiger Wong Esports, they need to have this Fanny do one of the two things. One, which is going to be the split push. Two, would be contest lot together. It's going to be very difficult to do so, but what Tiger Wong is doing really well right now is that they understand that they need to bait out a majority of spells for the Fanny before they re-engage this fight. And once that's happened, this is where Arrow 404 will collapse to the initial burst of the Fanny. But considering that it's 12 minutes a game, I'm pretty sure there's Dreadnought armors, there's pretty sure there's anti-Cuirass across the map. This Fanny is not going to hit as hard as we expect the Fanny to be doing at this stage of the game.
They're also looking for Yamikaze. Uh-oh, Gugun! In wrong place, wrong time. Actually able to get away just in time, and now Cloven's in danger. Use the incandescence to get out, but Gugun, he's following him. Winter Trunk in use. Cloven suppressed, not able to move, comes out of that and instantly goes down. Yamikaze also caught, and that wall built by Rexy, cutting off the escape route. Nasu cannot get out of this. The Dragon can't survive. For Secret retreating, but Tracer's life is a 4 for 2 in favor of Tiger Wong. Lord Ricky, the only one around to keep this game alive.
Oh my goodness, Lord Ricky, he did it as much as he can, but there's only so much he can do. 3v1 situation. Lord Ricky is so tanky, but you can see the inhibitors are being destroyed by Safri. He's got the damage. A great stun from Lord Ricky. He might die. He's got the Ashura. He's got the sustain. He's doing his best, but he will eventually lose his life as Tiger Wong will close out 2-0 against Arrow 404.
Not as fast as game 1, but dominant as always. Tiger Wong Esports with great crescendo to this elimination series. They stay alive in the lower bracket. Arrow 404 waving goodbye to the Open Finals. They will get $500 but again, Arrow 404 fans from Cambodia, do not be sad. You will still see this team in that challenge group stage, but for now, they will have to take a bow.
Yep, and